Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Host Eddie Frederick.
So glad you can join us. Bahamas expect higher growth in visitor arrival numbers in 2024. This story takes the lead in today's edition of Caribbean Perspective for Thursday, 28th December 2023. Brought to you in association with our friends at Antillean Group. Details when we return.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all, perils big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so glad to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
Welcome back. Chief Executive Officer of the Nassau Paradise Island Promotion Board, Joy Jibrilu, previews next year's tourism numbers. Lloyd Allen of ZNS News reports.
We know that this will be the catalyst for continued growth, for diversification for 2024.
It's practically 2024, and already the Bahamas is poised to see one of its biggest growth years to date. Now, according to industry experts, this exponential growth is rooted in strategic marketing.
Nassau Paradise Island specifically being named as the Caribbean Destination of the Year for 2023. Totally unexpected, but absolutely marvelous, and everybody is beyond excited.
The perfect stamp of approval for the Bahamas headed into 2024. CEO of the Nassau Paradise Island Promotion Board, Joy Jibrilu, adding that for travelers, that particular destination offers a number of essentials.
Obviously the capital, so the center of commerce, the center of business, center of entertainment. We have our large resorts on Nassau and Paradise Island.
The tourism expert says new developments are also introducing more opportunities for businesses of all sizes, as well as guests.
So I want to talk about the newly opened this year Goldwyn, just 80 rooms on the most beautiful stretch of beach in Cable Beach, to the historic Great Cliff that appeals to so many visitors to our destination.
With air and sea arrivals surpassing 2022's banner year, Jibrilu notes that the next step is diversifying marketing and travel options.
We've got non-stop service from two major cities on the West Coast, Seattle and Los Angeles. That in and of itself is extraordinary. But what people don't realize is the connectivity with all of the western seaboard of the United States of America and Canada. Vancouver, people who live in Vancouver, their demographics are just the perfect demographic of the visitor profile for the Bahamas.
An important barometer on the Bahamas' expanding market preference has been monthly stats, which continue to show positive gains, with Jibrilu predicting new highs come 2024. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
In this CNC3 edition of Business Watch, the NGC and the Energy Chamber hailed the license agreement reached between Venezuela and Trinidad for the Dragon gas. Peter Christopher has some details.
The National Gas Company has welcomed news that an agreement for the Dragon Field Exploration and Production License between NGC Exploration and Production Limited, Shell Venezuela S.A., and Venezuela Ministro del Poder Popular de Petróleo has been reached. In a release on Friday, NGC says it welcomes this development as it marks a significant milestone in the long-standing efforts to export natural gas from Venezuela to Trinidad and Tobago. The signing of the agreement allows NGC a participating interest in the upstream development of the Dragon field. NGC says, beyond the immediate benefits to be derived from the Dragon field, that is the potential to buttress gas supplies, and by extension, energy industry development in the Twin Island, the signing has strengthened and deepened energy relations between Trinidad and Tobago and Venezuela and opened prospects for the future development of other cross-border and cross-border gas reserves between both countries. Friday, the Energy Chamber of Trinidad and Tobago extended congratulations to the NGC, Shell, and the governments of Trinidad and Tobago and Venezuela on this historic and momentous achievement. The Chamber says this development allows Trinidad and Tobago to access natural gas outside of Trinidad and Tobago's borders for the first time, which will be brought into the natural gas system via pipeline.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley says that while communities across the country are being upgraded, it may not happen at a pace and manner that satisfies everyone. At the commissioning of the Diego Martin to West Moorings interchange, Dr. Keith Rowley said he had a duty to ensure that the needs of the majority are met over the wants of a minority. CNC3's Shane Superville has more.
As different projects intended to upgrade infrastructure continue for the new year, the Prime Minister has one question.
Ladies and gentlemen, how do we please our fellow citizens? Is it possible?
Speaking at the commissioning of the Diego Martin to West Moorings interchange today, Dr. Rowley says while his government will continue to prioritize the need for adequate facilities, he knows that some people will be difficult to please. He says the interchange will improve connectivity to Diego Martin residents and enhance safety for motorists. Despite this, he says the project was met with some apprehension from residents of the nearby Victoria Keys housing complex, but he urged them to look at the bigger picture.
And again, we have to make the point. It is not only always about you. It's about the wider community and the wider national community.
He said while the interchange would ease congestion while increasing accessibility, he lamented that some would find problems regardless of the situation.
What is the problem? There are some people in this country, if you tell them that the angel Gabriel is coming for Christmas, they will have a problem with the date that you pick.
The interchange, which was jointly constructed by Junior Sammy and the China Railway Construction Company, cost little more than $185 million. And as for any personal financial gain from the project, Rowley had this to say.
And there's nobody in this government who has a personal interest to make something on the project.
During his address, Works and Transport Minister Rohan Sinanan said his ministry has been hard at work completing and continuing various upgrade projects across the island.
And this year has been a phenomenal year for us, where we were able to deliver on close to 600 road infrastructure projects. 600. Every night we have road paving taking place around the country.
This Christmas, Diego Martin residents can hopefully look forward to the gift of a shorter, easier travelling time. Shane Superville, CNC3 News.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick,
in association with our friends at
Antillean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
A 34-year-old police constable is expected to appear virtually before a Port of Spain magistrate charged in connection with the December 17th murder of two siblings and the shooting of another man that occurred at the court's megastore car park in El Socorro, San Juan. This TTT News item provides details.
Police Constable Sidney Roberts, who was last attached to the Homicide Bureau of Investigations, was charged on Christmas Day with the murders of siblings 33-year-old Simeon Lessie and 35-year-old Sinaya Lessie, and with shooting with intent to do grievous bodily harm of another man by Acting Assistant Superintendent of Police Daniel Hernandez of the Northeastern Division. Roberts was arrested in an exercise conducted by officers of the Professional Standards Bureau and was later charged with offences following advice from Director of Public Prosecutions Roger Gaspard, SC. According to police reports, just after midday on December 17th, police responded to reports of loud explosions at the court's megastore car park in El Socorro, San Juan. Upon arrival at the scene, first responders met an off-duty police officer and observed several people lying on the ground nursing injuries. Two of the injured people subsequently died from their injuries, while others were taken for medical treatment at hospital.
Archbishop Jason Gordon is urging those involved in crime in Trinidad and Tobago to bend their hearts to God's will. Speaking at a Christmas Eve church service, he spoke about the tragedy taking place in Israel, comparing the violence to that occurring right in Trinidad and Tobago. TTT News has more.
And I would say that some people think he's a big man when you're toting a gun. And I would say a little boy, and you're a coward. Because a big man is a man who bends his heart to the will of God. And a man who does what God asks him to do. That's a big man.
Archbishop Gordon said the church also remodeled its nativity scene this year to include rubble, representing what is happening in Jesus' homeland.
Because in Israel this year and in Palestine this year, the babies are in the rubble. And if Jesus was being born in Palestine this year, you know what would happen? What would happen? He'd be born in the rubble. He'd be born in the rubble. So the creche is a reminder to us that that land that Jesus was born in, Jesus, the Prince of Peace, that land that he was born in, that human beings are not doing what Joseph did and bending their heart to God's will.
Bharat Jagdeo, General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party Civic and Vice President of Guyana, indicates that the government is taking a cautious approach in the sale of the Marriott Hotel, ensuring the process is thorough and transparent. Shamara Allen of HGP Nightly News provides additional information on the government's stance and the sales progress.
Vice President Bharat Jagdeo on Thursday assured that the government will be meticulous in the sale of the Marriott Hotel to ensure it can withstand scrutiny from the public as well as from the Auditor General's office. His comments came days after the owner of American company XLLC, El Batwari, who won the bid for the hotel, expressed frustration about the months-long delay in finalizing the contract.
We want the agreement concluded, but it must be concluded in a manner that would reflect public scrutiny and scrutiny by the audit office.
It has been 7 months since the American businessman submitted the winning bid of $900 million in a revamped bid round for the Kingston-based hotel. However, Jagdeo implored the businessman to remain faithful as the National Industrial and Commercial Investments Limited, NISL, finalizes the deal.
This company put in a bid. They have to remain faithful to the bid. And our negotiators have to ensure that this country's interests are protected in those negotiations.
Built with taxpayers' money and a loan under the People's Progressive Party Civic Administration, the hotel was opened on April 16, 2015. It has been dubbed a controversial project with a 7-year blackout on its financials. Reporting for HGP Nightly News, Shamar Allen.
I am Eddie Frederick. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean.
In the meantime, please follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel for daily regional news and more, in association with our friends at Antillian Group.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all perils big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so glad to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillian Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.